All right, so back to Hell's Highway here from Victory Games, 1983. Are any of you out there younger than this game is? This is an old game. All right, guys, so I have played, I think I did, turns 2 and 3 last time. Now I've played 4, 5, and 6. And as you can see, that airborne unit, that artillery unit, which is probably good for him, didn't come in on the morning turn because of overcast. I rolled kind of high. Boy, this game just gets my goat. It's such a good game, and you really gotta, all games require good die rolls at times, but getting forces in there, and in this game here for 30 core to, all right, so to clear the front line, the air power, it's okay, but these entrenched units in woods, what a pain in the ass, man. And then you want to have units in travel mode right behind everything so they can take off and break through there. Okay, well, I'm into day 3, and I'm still trying to get through these woods. What am I doing wrong? Finally got that first German unit in the trenches up there. I've got him isolated now. But it took forever to push junk out of the way to get him isolated. And I could simply just move that I could have moved that infantry unit in right there. That Fallschirmjäger, I could have moved them into that clear hex right there, and that would have fixed that supply problem. But he had to fight this unit. This disorder unit was up there next to him in that clear hex. So initially I had collapsed all the Germans that were along the border there. I collapsed them back. Now the Germans have lost quite a large stack of steps, all right? But now most of their stuff is like 1s and 2s. But now the Brits and the Americans are starting to suffer casualties, and a lot of their units are 3s and 4 steps. So it kind of balances out. All right, so the front line is still hanging on. And I had a comment on Board Game Geek from a player named Simon, I think it was Simon, talking about how this brings back memories and brings you into a cold sweat when you see those German units down the road here start to dig in, because of those entrenchments, man. They are just a pain because you have a different combat DRM for units that are entrenched. And it is tough. Okay, so I've had a couple of rules that of who can fire at what, or who can fire into what type of terrain. Like armored units can't fire into broken terrain. I think I had 2 cases where I did, but the only thing of it was disorders. I didn't get any casualties from it. So I caught that. Artillery unit that was sitting back here, they cannot fire at a unit adjacent to them. Okay, if there's enemies adjacent to them, they can't do indirect fire. But if they have heavy weapons capability, they can. All right? Didn't matter. The airborne artillery unit that was sitting in that hex right there where that stack of 4 and 2 is, he didn't have that ability. And you can see that this German, the 59th over here, is just, I decided, so they come in scattered turns from operational 2. So when they come in, their first move is going to be over to one of these boxes, which I think they can go in 3, 4, or 5. I kind of like this about this game because it gives you off-map movement. I did the same thing with a couple of units over here in the first parachute army, first para army. But these guys came in and I brought them all in one location, turn after turn after turn. They still got 2 more units that'll come on, but they just trashed 1-on-1. They overran the original supply base. I had to move it, but the only reason there weren't enough forces back there is because of that damn armor unit, the German armor unit, that 1-step unit that kept these forces delayed. And then these guys that came in up here having to go get these bridges. And you see there's this one right here underneath that 2 paratroop unit. That's got to be repaired. That's why the headquarters is headed that way. But now I need to get these units back. All right, so I finally fixed that issue where now I'm going to start sending troops back to deal with 59th. If 101 can stay strong enough to deal with it, I had to pull these guys out of Eindhoven. Germans have had no reason to have to try to blow those bridges because nobody's getting close enough. I sent an airborne unit out here to prepare for these armored units coming in, and you see they rolled in. So now I got another headache to deal with them. Only 2 turns left. And the big units of 30 Corps, I have not been able to break through, and supply will be a pain in the butt for them if these Germans still have this road cut off. So I might be able to on this turn. I might have a little leeway where I can come around these guys and try to get more. You got to get some serious numbers on these things and hope that they don't disrupt a big unit before it gets a chance to fire offensively. So 2 turns left. Like I said, I need to go back and look at the victory conditions again. I would have to say that strategically wise right now, this is a German win because it's 3 days in and we haven't even broke the first water line. So, but we'll see how things get going here. I can probably get some more of these units here, take them out of travel mode. Yeah, you got to watch that movement too, boy, because your mechanized units, they're limited to where they can move. And I imagine in Holland in 44 with all the sodded ground or soaked ground, getting off these roads was not good. You know, and everything you read about Market Garden, that they depict that very well. And they don't really have a whole lot of options to get off and move around. I mean, if they do, then supply for them can become pretty wicked. All right. All right, so like I said, that's turns 4, 5, and 6 in the books. 2 more left. Huh. Any comments? What am I missing? Somebody help me. Somebody help me fix the 30 Corps dilemma, because all those units are available to be in the fight, but there's no place for me to bring them in and put them. You can only stack 5 steps, so yeah, I don't even have a headquarters unit supporting these guys yet. And of course, I rolled overcast on the morning turn here, so they got 1 tack air point and no landing points. Not that the landing points they needed or anything, because it's just all they got left is an artillery unit. All right, so that's the progression of this. I'll get this one posted, and then I'll play out the last 2 turns and get the final and a review posted on this. Hope you guys are enjoying this stuff. You know the routine. Hey, if you like it, give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment. If you really like it, subscribe. Hit that bell so you can be alerted when I got something new on this one. Great game, guys. Great old-time game. Great rules. Great rule book to read. An easy rule book to read. Like I say, I'm still having to go back and forth the rule book, but I'm going to tell you what, I have not had a situation where I could not find a rule that explains something. So far, everything that I've had a question about has been in that rule book. This is a great rule book, and you kind of wish other games today would, in my opinion, would do stuff like this kind of rule book. All right, so let's get this posted. Talk to y'all shortly.